Yesterday and day before yesterday we have studied about some processes. What we have studied, we will be recollecting them again. What is the processes we learned? Crushing. Then what we have studied? Yes, winnowing. Next, what we have studied next? Come on, you tell me, be active in the class. Please tell me next. What we have learned? Yes, I am waiting for you. Please tell me. Okay, sieving. Next, what we have learned? Hand picking. Yes, very good. Very active children. Very good. Next, what we have learned? Sedimentation. Very good. Next, what we have studied? Decantation. Next process? Filtration. All these processes we have already studied, and the principles also we have studied, and the application also we have done. Now today we are going to take some more new processes. What are those processes where we will be applying in our day-to-day life? So the first process is, have you seen any time anything is hot or hot coffee or hot tea, our mother is cooked the dal and immediately from the stove if she kept it down or on the stove also, have you observed anything? Yes. When it is hot, something is smoke like thing is coming out. Have you observed? Yes. What is that? That is steam. What it is? Steam. When you boil water, what will come out? Steam. This process of converting, already in 5th class we have studied, converting water into steam. What do you call the process? Come on, you have to tell. First come first. Okay, very good. Evaporation. What you will call it as? Evaporation. Now, what is the principle? What energy we are using? The kinetic energy of the molecules. How the kinetic energy you are increasing? By heating. Heat energy, the internal level of energy of the thing is, things are you are increasing. So this is actually the heat energy is the basic principle which is converting. Increasing heat. Here what you are doing? Increasing heat. See, every object will possess some heat energy inside. That is only heat energy. See, water is also containing some heat energy. For example, our body also is containing some heat energy. That will tell human body temperature, no? So same way, what you are doing, in the water already heat energy is presenting. That heat energy you are increasing. When you are increasing, what is the process occurring over there? Evaporation process is occurring. Evaporation process, what it is doing? It is converting water into steam. Same way, this evaporation process, where you will be observing, see simultaneously, listen to me and see the activity what is going on there, as well as the image of the pictures also you observe, please, along with my explanation. So where we are applying, the picture or image is showing over there, where we apply in day-to-day life, where we are applying to get salt. Salt from where? Yes, you are right, seawater. Salt from seawater we are getting by the process of evaporation. They will do some room-like structures which are called as meadows. In those meadows, they will be allowing this seawater. Some will be deep and some will be shallow. Shallow means not that much deep. First they allow the water, sea water to go into deep meadows. Then they will make it mud near the sea only. Then 2-3 days, how you are heating that? Because of sun rays. The evaporation of water takes place and the water in the meadow will become thick. When it is becoming thick, they will descend into the shallow meadows, that is less deep meadows, and you will be getting salt from sea water. Even you know, this is one of the salt satyagraha. Who did it? Mahatma Gandhi. Have you remembered in your social studies? It will come. Okay, so we are trying this process of evaporation during salt preparation in our day-to-day life. Then, next coming to that, in the picture, in the activity, we are seeing the lady is keeping on the steel one plate. Now, when she is keeping the plate and removing, you observe something, some droplets of water on the plate. Have you observed? Observe carefully. That is the process of, again, this steel is becoming into water. Why it is becoming into water? Because the lady is keeping what did she get? A plate. That plate is cool. That means decreasing the temperature of the steel. When decreasing of temperature takes place, decreasing of heat or temperature takes place, then what process will occur? Condensation. Now, these processes you are observing in the video as well as depicting in the image. But in nature, nobody is doing. It is occurring. Where it is occurring, what is forming? Because of that, what we are getting. Can anyone guess and tell? There are 6th class children, you know very well. What formation is occurring because of these two processes? What is the process? These two processes, evaporation and condensation in nature. What is happening? Then after evaporation, what will happen? The sea water, river water, all gets evaporated and forms what? Clouds. That clouds, when wind or cool air is passing through the cloud, passing over the cloud, what will happen? That steam will be condensed and becomes as water droplets. Still cool breeze is coming. These water droplets bump into each other and form the drops of water. Then precipitation occurs for us. Precipitation, overshooting will occur for us. Immediately after that precipitation, what will come? Rain. Formation of rain, forming of rain, cloud, droplets of water, water drops. This is all due to these two processes in nature. So in cloud formation, evaporation plus condensation process, this leads to precipitation. Then this is, after a few minutes of precipitation, what will occur? Rain. This is in nature, by nature. Nobody is heating water now in sea or rivers. It is heated up by the sun rays. So that gets into evaporation surface process now. So steam will be formed. Water vapor will be formed. We will call it as water vapor. This water vapor forms the clouds. When cool air passes over the white clouds, this steam condenses and forms water droplets. When water droplets are combining with each other, forms water drops. When water drops are forming, that time we will get more heat to our body and our body will sweat a lot. That process is precipitation. Immediately after precipitation, you will get the rain. So this is the process where it is seen, condensation process. Now, one more activity is there. You are seeing in the picture. What it is? One spoon, in one glass, 1 spoon of salt she is putting, water, and she is stirring. What happened to the salt? Salt disappeared. This process is known as dissolution. What do you call it as? Dissolution. Dissolution is nothing but dissolving something in water. If it is dissolved, it is process is known as dissolution. Which quantity is more, salt or water? Salt is less, so salt is dissolving. Which is dissolving? That is called as solute. Then what it is doing? It dissolves. It dissolves salt. Salt in it. So this is called as solvent. So solute plus, so when dissolution process is occurring, what is forming? Solution is formed. What it is formed? Solution. What it contains? Solution contains two things. One is solute, the other one is solvent. You can write solute plus solvent gives solution. The process is dissolution. So in this way you can prepare salt water as well as, see, whenever you are mixing sugar in the water, sugar solution will be prepared. It will be sweet. How can you know it is water is having any taste? No, no taste, no color. So when you are mixing salt or sugar, a solution will be becoming, and salt solution will be salty to taste and sugar solution will be sweet. So in preparation of so many solutions which are soluble in water, some examples. See, preparing lemon juice in summer season, mango juice. Some people, if it is sour, what you will add? Little bit sugar and water you will be adding. So this is applied even in your preparation of so many soft drinks you will be having, no? Maaza, Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up, Sprite. These are all examples of solutions by the process of dissolution. They will be preparing. This is of day-to-day application. So what will be prepared? Solutions will be prepared in day-to-day life. Yes, children? Have you understood? So this is in the separation of substances. Till condensation we have learned about all the separations, how you are separating salt from seawater, how this is condensation process we will be doing. Even simple condensation process also, where we are using this process. Another day-to-day life. See, when in summer season, or to prepare any solution, what you will be doing after preparing in summer season, you don't want to drink hot, no? What you will add to that? Ice. Ice, how it is coming? Ice, how it is formed? When you keep water in the refrigerator, the water converts into ice. This process is nothing but condensation process. And even because, see, you will be eating ghee, no? Ghee. You all like ghee, no? Dal and ghee rice, you like that. So, in winter season, what will happen? That ghee is actually in liquid state. When you are keeping in cool place, it will be solidified. Again, when you heat, it becomes into liquid. So, there also you can say the heat energy, decreasing of heat energy is leading to the condensation process. Increasing of heat energy leads to the evaporation in majority of the materials. Have you understood, children, today's lesson? And one more process of separation I will be teaching for you today. The other one is churning. Churning process. Churning process. See, to remove again heavy particles and lighter particles or solid particles from liquid particles, we will be using process turning. But scientifically it is called as centrifugation. What you will call it as? Centrifugation. Where you will see this process. What is the principle? Heavy particle, liquid goes down and light fat particles will be center. In the center of while churning. See, you observed your mother churning of buttermilk. When she is churning, going on churning, what you will get? Butter. Where it will be sticked? To the stick of the churner. So this is called as centrifugation because it is coming, all the solid particles are coming and pulled up near the center of the liquid and it will be floating on the buttermilk and heavy buttermilk will be going down. This process is known as churning. Scientifically it is known as centrifugation, where you will be using, children, you know very well, whenever you are getting fever and all, when you go to labs and all, they will say urine test, blood test. Do you know? Have you known that? So, in that way, to test the urine, blood, the process when they are after mixing the chemical with your blood or urine, they will do this centrifugation process. When that testing labs are known as diagnostic centers. Where you will use this in day-to-day life? In diagnostic centers. In the kitchen where mother will be using to remove butter from buttermilk. Then butter, when you are boiling to a large extent, what it will become? Ghee. How ghee is prepared, do you know? Yes, you are very good, very clever children. Yes. With this, the chapter separation of substances we have finished, and I have given all the principles and processes whatever are there in the textbook. Still some more processes you will be learning, like distillation process, fractional distillation process, where it is used in the chemistry of higher classes. Now these all processes you learn very carefully and also write. I have given so many examples in day-to-day life also, as well as in from your textbook also. You also collect some more. I am writing the question here. Collect some examples and pictures basing on what processes you learn. You learn. Yes, collect some pictures and examples based on what processes you have learned till now. You have learned yes, this is the homework and some worksheets also I will be joining to this, but you have to collect some examples in day-to-day life other than what I told.